Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your boy Ryan LFC back again, guys. Another top shelf video for you guys today. Jamaica versus Suriname. Final day for the game. How are you guys feeling about the game? It's match day, 6 p.m. Jamaican time, coming on TV in Jamaica, Flow. And if you are in the United States or America, it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time. So, how are you feeling, Reggae Boyz fans? Don't forget to hit that like button, share your thought down in the comment section. Do you guys believe we can win this one, or it's going to be difficult? No Ravel Morrison, no Shaman Nicholson, no Amari Bell, no Jamal Lowe. Will we have enough to beat this Suriname team in Suriname? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough one, but we have to just hope and pray. Always hope and pray to see if we can get the positive result we need. Big up to football in 90. Enough love and respect. Palmer, big up yourself. Enough love and respect. Russell, top of the morning, Bridging. Enough love and respect, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, Reggae Boyz fans, how are you guys feeling? Do you guys hope for it? Do you think we're going to win regardless of no Shaman Nicholson, no Ravel Morrison, no Jamal Lowe in the team, no Bell in the team? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We struggled to beat Suriname last Gold Cup. Suriname, I don't watch much of Suriname game. The last time I see Suriname play when Jamaica and Suriname play. So that's the last time I see Suriname play. I don't know much about the Suriname team. I hear they have been recruiting a lot of players, right? Yeah, they has been recruiting a lot of players. But this is Jamaica, and we should be Suriname. We cannot take the Suriname team lightly. And elbow lose again if this Jamaican team lost to this Suriname team. You know what I mean? You're not going to hear the end of the world because, we hear a lot of things that the fans, the Reggae Boyz fans, wrote off this Suriname team. I'm not wrote off any team. Anything is possible against this Jamaican team. That for sure I can say. Anything is possible. You know what I mean? This is Jamaica. You never know what you're going to get from Jamaica national team. You know what I mean? This minute they get good news. This minute you don't get good news. It's going to be a rough one, right? So, people, I hope you guys willing to be here for the next 1.5 hour, the next 2 hours. It's going to be a long show. It's going to be a tough one, people. But yesterday I did something. I didn't get to go through Paula's full press conference. I haven't listened to the full press conference as yet. I know I reached probably halfway, but I want to get you guys up to speed to hear what the coach have to say about commitment and all of these things and administration with the Football Federation. Because as far as I hear, right, about Shaman Nicholson, why Shaman Nicholson not in Suriname, the Football Federation not willing to purchase the young man a ticket to go. That's what I hear. That's the rumor I hear. If that is true, shame on the Football Federation because they already know how much money it's going to cost us to play in the Nation League. We know all of that. So, JFF, if you don't have to do anything, you don't have to fix things, you don't have to fix anything. You understand? You cannot say you back in the manager and time, over and over, you give him less player to try to accomplishment the job. I know why you guys giving him less player because it's more cheaper on the Football Federation. Less expense for the Football Federation. I may I say it again. The cheaper thing you buy, example, I buy this for $20, right? And this is for $100. Same thing, Same thing. Both of them are the same thing. but it's most a reason why one is expensive than one. That simply mean one is better, right? It's not everything, right? Even example, when you have a medication, right? You have two antibiotics. Both of them do similar thing, right? But sometimes you just buying in the brand name. You understand? This is a Samsung Galaxy, and this is a LG. So who are the bigger brand? Who are the big name? Samsung, right? Sometimes the both phone do the same thing, right? But in case, guys, the JFF, they know that it's going to take roughly $700 US or $800 US to go to Suriname, right? The JFF would definitely $800 for gas Suriname from Jamaica, JFF would have prefer pay a cheaper, like a $400 or $350 ticket, where it's going to take the player round the world. Go to Bahamas, leave from Bahamas, go to Haiti, and then you leave from Haiti to try to go to Suriname. So more or less, the JFF is really, really good at that, right? JFF really good at that. Yeah, they like to take 4 or 5 different planes because it's cheaper. But them understand, say, the player them is a product, right? If you have a player going from airport to airport trying to connect with that flight, what got me to the player? By the time I'm ready for chain, by the time I'm ready for play, I'm going to tired because I'm up and down, right? I'm up and down. JFF have to get to act together. I'm tired for telling you, say, listen, the cheaper way now go work. Just spend the money and just do the right thing. You understand? Just spend the money and do the right thing. Yeah, Dr. Ford, he's a switcher, bro. You're easy for switch, bro. Can't trust people like you, brother. You know what I mean? You're easy for switch. You support Suriname. Oh my God, bro. He's a switcher, but can't tell you what you supposed to do. All right. So all right. Let's go back to the coach press conference. I think I should have it. Oh, all right. I should have it. I think I'm going to play it back where I stop with it, so it can continue. All right, people. 1 minute, people. 1 minute. All right. So we'll just pick up back from where we left off yesterday. Right. We say you don't follow fool, Ryan. So you're saying the JFF is fool and everybody is fool. But big up to all the people them coming in the comment section. Viewers, if you guys can like the video, hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate that. Right, people? So follow the journey, people. Follow the journey. All right. So, all right, people. So 1 minute, people. I'm going to play the press conference. Don't get too easy frustrated, right? Come on, people. We have 60 odd people in our thing. Like up the thing, people. Come on. Like up the show, people. Like up the show, people. Like up the show. All right. Yeah. Dr. Joyful, big up yourself still. Win. Enough love and respect. Football in 90. Big up Palmer. Big up Russell. Big up. Big up to all of the people them coming in the comment section. Really, really do appreciate it. Fresh God. Enough love and respect, Bridget. See? All right. All right. So let's go for the press conference. Are you guys hearing it? Let me know if you guys hearing it.
Level or not. I've seen players play in the top leagues for their country but not be able to play. Sorry, top leagues for their teams and not be able to play for their countries. And I've seen players in lower levels and be able to play for their countries. It's not about who's playing at a high level. It's about who's committed. Because when we go and play against El Salvador, Mexico, it doesn't matter. They are playing for their country. They put their country first. And you can see it the way they sing the national anthem. You can see it the way how they come in you know, it doesn't matter what happens, they're playing for their country called. So that's the only reason why I protect it so much. You know, people will say, well, you can call him, you know, he might have had a good reason. Yes, he might have had a good reason, and I have to take that into consideration. But some of the reasons that I've been given, saying no names and saying no reasons, have quite frankly not been good enough. And I will protect, as long as I'm in this job, I will protect the dignity and integrity of this job by picking players who are committed to the cause. And it's as simple as that.
All right, and then just to follow up on that, and then I'll close. On the flip side, a very, very great answer saying that is acceptable, and I do agree that you have to make that decision, and players should turn up no matter what, unless it's family or injuries. That I agree with. And I know in some occasions we have been told that the clubs may give them a difficult time, so maybe that's a good reason. But on the flip side,
let me answer that one. I'm sorry to cut across to you, but 20 years ago, 23 years ago, and I don't even have to speak to Fitzroy, I don't have to speak to Dion, or Marcus Gay, or Frank Sinclair. The same clubs were giving us the same problems, and the same clubs, or the same set of clubs, where there was no window in, there was no window. So when we were called, we went, and we come back to a backlash from our clubs and the fans. So I'm not saying that other people must do that, but the clubs have got a need, but Jamaica have a need. And I always say, well, if the club has got the need, I've got the same need. We have the same need as your football club. But yes, that's your bread and butter, but you will get 46 chances to represent your football club, or 38 chances, depending on what league you play in. With Jamaica, I played at the highest level with Jamaica, and I only played 41 games. These games come few and far between, so for me, it's much more special to be putting on those colours and representing your country, because it may not happen that many times.
Yeah, good response. All right, so let me just finish, right? So on the flip side, when it comes down to the local players, I know that you're probably engaged, spending more time looking at the players in Europe and England, because that's where you're predominantly located. And so I suspect that there must be, and this is a question, right, that the coaching staff locally, assistant coach, may help you in terms of looking through the local leagues for players. But
100%.
Right, so we are at, and I don't see a lot of members of the coaching staff. And on television, or TV and camera angles don't present the best picture to evaluate players' performance. Now, could that lead to questionable call-up in terms of the players who are called from the local leagues if you're not actually at the game, looking at the player before they are selected? And case in point, without calling names, there are...
Please, I'm for sport, let coach answer. We have a time.
All right. Thank you, and that's it.
Okay, so whenever I'm in Jamaica, you see me at the game.
Yeah, bro, we know you have time limit on the interview, on the press conference, Bridging, but you don't stop the man when him in a good asking a good question. You understand? I don't see nobody in Europe or anywhere doing a press conference, because we know that this question is a very, very tricky question. So come back again. Same thing. We don't have enough time at the press conference. Press officer, just relax and make the coach answer to the question them. You know, if you rush the man and I say we don't have enough time and this and that. Come on, bro. I mean, you know, thing press conference of the world I do them thing there. Big up Mannings, man. Big up to I Am Sure Sports. Big up coaches next for put in these. This is what we want in our journalist from Jamaica. This is a journalist we need. Just like we see across the world. I'm not saying my co-worker them have the answer for every question and thing. Right question them. But far as listening to the press conference, right? I think them do a great job. Some really answer what we need, Pagan. I see I Am Sure Sports and I see Mannings Man and Coaches Decks, right? These are the questions we need to ask. Can't bother if you ask some little stupid question where the journalist, I don't know what you're doing, but this is the way how we're supposed to. I put the question them and we are follow up for him give a good answer. So great job so far. You understand? So let's see the rest of it.
Games, and I made sure the last time I was there, I watched almost. I watched every game, and I saw every single player. But I don't believe that you can watch one game and decide. And I always make sure that I watch on Sportsmax. Sorry to plug that, but I watch on Sportsmax the Premier League as much as possible. Yes, I am reliant on my staff to know the leagues, and which is the important reason why they're here. They need to know the leagues and they need to know different players. And a lot of the time I do call on, because I'm very pro Jamaica Premier League players and local players and young players being called into the squad. Very pro that, because again, outside of these windows, these transaction windows, and players can't come for whatever reason, clubs putting them under pressure, illness, whatever reasons they want to use. We have to get these players up to speed to be able to play and represent us in the best possible way. So it is key that my assistant and my coaches and my recruitment team understand that what I want and how I want to play, and can we look at players, because the player playing well isn't necessarily going to be called into the national team. We want them to be able to handle certain things, to play a certain way, and to make sure that they understand, and the recruitment team understand who we can bring into the team, who's got a ceiling to be able to improve how we want to play.
All right, let's go to Daniel Wheeler. Daniel.
Yes, thanks, Coach. Two-part question. First question: now that you are, in charge of a campaign from the start, how do you see yourself doing things differently from when you were assistant coach, whether that be scouting, whether that be preparation or training? How do you plan to, in terms of do things differently now with an agency that you're going to be in charge of from the start? And also the second question that I have now is that one of the players, do I understand that Shamar Nicholson is not in Suriname at this point? He didn't make the flight to Suriname.
Okay, let me answer the second question first about bad memory. All right, so Shamar isn't here, and due to administration, we just couldn't get it here. So I can't explain that. He was called.
Ready to make savings?
You see this? See, same thing when I talk about Shaman Nicholson, about the administration. It come back down to these man joking, brother. An important player where in Jamaica ready to go to play this game in Suriname. We don't have him. And the coach say administration, right? And also, I hear that this is what I hear. The ticket, the JFF don't want to spend the money to buy the ticket. And if it's that true, it's very poor from the Football Federation, right? If that's true, it's very poor from the Football Federation. And we all know that we don't have the biggest budget. Yeah? We all know that we don't have the biggest budget to play in the Nation League, right? But instead of bring 4 or 5 people from the delegation out of the Football Federation, why not travel with just only one? Why not even travel without none? You guys going to do business at Suriname? You guys going to sit down and talk? Where the delegation are go? Why we have so much people going in Suriname? It's a joke. Can't believe so we name a 23-man squad. Ravel is not there. Bell is not there. Low is not there. Shamar is not there. Right? So why the ticket never buy for Shamal Nicholson to reach in Suriname from yesterday? And even if Shamar have to play 35 or 40 minutes in that game, I would live with that. One of your top main striker, right? One of your top main striker. And not like say, you don't want to go. But when me are here, the ticket never buy. Administration, again. So it left me for wonder. A Catalonia will go with 20 players. We'll go with 20 players, you know, right? And this keep on happen with the national team. We'll go with 20 players Catalonia, right? And then we'll go with 6 delegation. Why we are travel with 6? This is what I can't understand, right? Why we're traveling with 6 people from the Football Federation? It kind of bother me. I say, what is this? What we doing? Is the player them come first or is the JFF come first? Which one of them? JFF of all of the people them are travel first class. Bridging enough to hold the back of the plane, bridging. Anybody who was supposed to travel a first class are the coaching staff and the players them. Because the coaching staff and the player them are the product. Bridging enough to go hold the back of the plane, bridging. He's not uno. Are the product. You understand? We should have Shamal Nicholson arrive in Suriname from yesterday. We had already shot. We had already shot player. We had already shot roughly 5 to 6 players. Yeah? We have more. When you take out the 3 goalkeeper them, how much player we end up with? When we take out the 3 goalkeeper them, how much player we end up with? JFF. Joke things, star. Joke. Every day when I say on the money, but yet still so many people out of JFF travel with the team. And I get big allowance. Big allowance. Joke thing. 6 o'clock game, Jamaican time. 7 p.m. Eastern time.
We didn't manage to make the flight to come. And I don't think that's, I mean, listen, that's not a question for me to answer. I just know that he's not here and I've got to press on and press on. That he's a very, very important part of what we do, but he's not here. So it is key that we focus on other players who can step in and fill his shoes against Suriname. The first part of your question, how would I do things differently? Well, like I said, for me, it's it's about making sure that we can be strong again. It's the Suriname team, so we'll have the extra day to be able to tell them and explain how we want to play. I want to be able to build relationships with the players, strong relationships with those players, and just make sure that we set off on a good foot in terms of making sure that our whole pool is totally understanding of the philosophy and how we want to go forward, and we communicate with the players well. And anybody that comes in has to understand that they've got to be playing well to be able to keep that position. So there's lots of different things from the start. I want to be able to get up to a good start, but I cannot forget that we are on a long-term journey. I cannot forget that. I could want to do everything now just to please everybody, but really and truly, we all know where we want to be, and we all know where, and somebody's got to draw the line somewhere, and we all want to get up to a good start and be successful. That success doesn't happen overnight, but we all will be where we need to be in 4 years' time, in 2 years' time. But we need to be hitting those key performance indicators, and we need to be able to introduce new players who can come in, because I just want the best possible 23, best possible 11 every time. But there comes a point of we've got to bring them through, we've got to make sure that we build up to that. So I want to re-engage with everybody else. Want to winning also means producing a world-class next time. Does that answer your question, Daniel?
A little bit, it got a little bit cut up with the connection, but I wanted to follow up to see in terms of what are those key performance indicators. I know they said that it is a long-term journey, but what are the things that you want to do off the bat right away differently from when you were in assistance?
Well, I think no matter what, a different man is going to have a different, we could play 4-2-3-1 differently. Myself and the previous coach, whom I respect massively. But we're two different people. He could have his wingers coming inside, and I can have my wingers staying outside. It's different approach. So, what I would do.
Boy, the audio is very bad with this interview. I'm telling you, man. JFF again, still not learning. But big up yourself, Bridget. If you want to donate, I have a PayPal account right on the stream. It's in the description. Or if you want to send a super chat, I would appreciate it. Any way you want to send it to support the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. Pagan, big up. No love and respect, Bridget. But the audio is very bad, man. Audio very bad.
Differently is I would have a lot of great things that he did. A lot of great things that he opened my eyes to. Lots of great things that I mean, back at the Concacaf region. But the instructor means I've got double.
Ay, may I tell you, star people, the internet. Zoom, man, Zoom.
Approach. I wanted to bring through young players and that's happened different concern and eliminate spirit mix. But also to be able to go and put them that they want to win something and to really achieve something and to really live my thing. Sorry.
Coach, you're breaking up badly. I don't know how much longer we can go because we can hardly hear you. But we're going to try one more question and see if it gets better. We'll continue, but if it's not, then we'll finish with the last question. Let's go to the Formula Sports. You were there a long time. Let's hear from you.
Good day to everybody, good day, and wishing
Jaffa all the best in the upcoming nations fixtures. For starters, I want to ask this question. Jaffa, every time I hear you do interviews or do a press conference, the word commitment arises. Jaffa, in your humble opinion, do you believe that this Reggae Boyz team has a commitment issue?
What a good question. No, I don't believe they've got a commitment issue. I believe there are individuals with commitment issues, but that's my job to paint of what it means. Right? I didn't leave a legacy for some people to just and not be mentally ill. There are those, you know, the picture needs to be painted, and everybody needs to be able to commit it, because commitment is an action. It's a word, but it's and for me, people's actions will tell whether they're committed or not. So if I say to a player, if a player says to me, I don't want to play this game, and I'll say why, and that player is probably they're not committed. Not custodian this position until I'm removed. Players will probably not be invited back. I can't. I'm not. That's not a warning. That's just the way how I feel. The integrity making Jamaica football. So I really do believe that there's the whole squad is committed. I can see them commitment. There's lots of examples of commitment. You can see them committed. But again, for me, if a club was to put me under pressure, I'm a little example. When I was playing in England, they put me under pressure. My first thing was, I'm going. Now, that was when we didn't have a chance, and it was when we did have a chance to go to the World Cup. I've always gone and invited, and for me, that's one of the things. So commitment is a big word, because we've got everything else. We have everything else in our arsenal to be able to go and be competitive with everybody, right? I think we just need to be better in certain areas and commitment. And I don't pull no punches when I say that. And I really want people to understand that.
All right, Coach. A question about tomorrow night's game, right? Are you comfortable with the preparations that have taken place? Are you comfortable with...
Brother, all this man at the press office and never ask the man question. What you doing, bro? You're the press officer. Leave the journalists, them and the people them who in the press conference ask question now. All you need to do is just sit there and make sure so everything going smooth. Why you come and ask question?
Your level that you are, your starting level, are you comfortable going into tomorrow's game? Talk to us about tomorrow's game.
Okay, so preparation hasn't been perfect. It hasn't been perfect at all. But you know, that's life. I think yes, I'm comfortable because life doesn't end, and life only begins with tomorrow. We are on a team who we consider as being very good. A chance to go and represent Jamaica. I know they'll play what they are, and that's all I can ask them. There are probably going to be people who aren't comfortable, but let's see at the end of the game if those players can step up and take their chances. Again, I'll say it again. When I called up a group of players, the group that won the game against, the last game that we played, they were all called, and a few couldn't come for whatever different reasons, as well as others. So I didn't ever want to change it with his squad, but the squad that I've got pure faith in them. You know, there's some experienced players in there, and they're all committed, and they all want to do the same thing for Jamaica as what we do. So yes, I'm comfortable, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
And finally, how much do you know about this team? We played them in 2017, I can recall. How is it the same team? How much do you know about this team? And that's my last question.
I used to work with one of the players called Jerron Cherry, and he's quite an effective player for them. I used to work with him at QPR, so I'm well aware of what he can do. He's a dangerous player. I don't believe he's turned up to this camp, but I really do believe that he is a strong player for them. We played against them in the Gold Cup as well recently. We know they like to move the ball around. We know that they're from certain players in. We know that they like to move the ball around and be comfortable in possession. We've looked at them. We've studied them. We know where they're going to be good and where they're not going to be great. And the game plan will stay the same no matter what. But we know enough about them to be able to be competitive in game football with them.
I guess something better, so I'll go on to 5 more minutes. Coach, I hope we can give you 5 minutes. Sports down the middle. Mr. Bailey, I had a follow-up on another question. I don't know if that would be a problem. Well, we have been going on for 43 minutes, and so all right, go ahead. Let me shut up. Go ahead. All right. So just my follow-up quickly to the question I asked, and then another question. Jaffa, you said you believe that some of the players have commitment issues. In your humble opinion, what do you think could be the reason for these commitment issues from some of these players?
Good question.
Listen, this is not all players. I'm not saying all players. There are a few who I would believe that when they will put their listen. I'm a different animal.
The magic.
You see why? You see, I don't have a problem with the press officer asking question. I don't have no problem with that. But the reason for the press conference, the press officer asked 2 good questions. Can't deny that. But the reason why these questions are formally asked are, I am sure, sports DTM. The reason why they asking question, we need to get answer. And this is a press conference where a lot of doubt about player commitment and also the Reggae Boyz squad. So it would be good for the press officer to allow the people them in the press conference to ask these questions. And this is why I am saying the press officer, you talk to the coach all the time. You did it all the time. Give somebody else the opportunity to not getting the consistent to be in the press office, in the thing. Listen, Bailey should never be the Reggae Boyz captain. Bailey should be the captain where you don't have to have him. I tell people all the time. Before I get the captain armband, I was showing leadership before me even get the armband. It's not everybody are going to lead. Leon Bailey, not because Leon Bailey is one of our best players, he should be the captain. But he can be the captain out on the pitch without the captain armband. Tell people that. 11 captain. Everybody's supposed to be a captain out there. One thing we want from Leon Bailey is more consistent captain performance like he has been given to the Jamaica national team in the last 2 home games in the World Cup qualifier. I like what I see from Leon Bailey, and I love that from what I see from Leon Bailey. So if he can give us more captain performance I would really, really appreciate it. I want the people them to understand what I'm saying. Appreciate it, bro. No, Ethan Bailey. Bailey is a good player. He has been coming good for us in the last 2 home game we play at home. Let's hopefully he can come good in our next 3 game against Mexico and Suriname. Let's hope Bailey can give us that. Same thing with Andre Blake. We have to lead from front. We don't have to have on the captain armband. You understand? But yeah. I understand. But I want I want formula them where if you realize this press conference going good, different from the audio. The audio is really, really bad. And a lot of people were saying just because Paul Hall in Suriname, not good internet. But I see Paul Hall in Jamaica have the same problem with the sound and all of these things. I just believe that the JFF should use StreamYard or something else. I think Zoom. I don't really like Zoom. That's my preference. I don't really like Zoom. You understand? Because no matter where Paul Hall is, it's always been a problem with the audio at the thing. And that can be very, very annoying by the viewers them listening and stuff. You understand? One thing them always say, you don't have to have people don't have to have see a face when they're doing YouTube, but once the audio is clear, that is more interested more than the visual. Yeah. So big up to all of the people them in the comment section. People, can we get the video to 150 likes, people? Dr. Joyful, big league. Come on and like the thing, brother. One done. Manu 45. Big up, brother. No love and respect. Yeah. Yeah, one done. StreamYard, me say. But anyway, let's get back to it. And if you realize I think this one of the best press conference by getting more details out of the coach. And this is why I want the press officer to just there, observe, and think. This is my belief. Yeah, I think he should be there and make sure that everything goes smooth, right? Press conference can take up to 45 minutes, an hour. Many cases, me say, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola do press conference where go 1 hour. So I don't know where this thing where the press officer say time. All the time he must say time. Brother, we need answer because most of the time when we supposed to have the JFF to come and speak to us or come and say something, you guys have a YouTube channel and haven't been uploaded on it. You understand? So when Formula them and coaches they some I am sure sports and DTM them going at these press conference because we need answer. A lot of things need to be answered. And I think this press conference is one of the best, in my opinion, based upon the information them will get out of the press conference. That's how a press conference supposed to be. When a player like a Shaman Nichols don't turn up in a Suriname, we want to know the reason why him don't turn up in Suriname. We want to know the reason why some of these players don't turn up, and that is the best thing. Yeah, so this is why I'm saying, people of Jamaica, this is no dig at mainstream media. I love and I respect everything when I do, but one thing I want you guys to do, mainstream media, the Sportsmax, the TVJ, the CVM, Simon Preston, all of you guys. This is how I want journalists supposed to be when we're talking anything when it comes on to sports. Get to the point. Yeah, we need answer like some of the thing them that Formula saying. You understand, people? So journalists them, when you should watch back this press conference and listen to some of the question them ask, and nobody asks no question where sometimes it's very hard for if you listen to mainstream media when they ask. You know, so big up to the YouTuber them and big up to the people them will go high school and go college to get them, you know, whatever they're supposed to get to be a journalist. No doubt about that. Respect, you know, nothing about love and respect. But we need some of these journalists, the thing need to step up, and I think the vlogger them represent well. And we need to see more vlogger inside it. You understand? I think if you realize most of the questions they ask, at the vlog of them. So it seems like we not happy what we see go on at the press conference, especially with some of the question them. What we doing to make a change? Will we go when we get the link? Many of time, them send me the link. You know, me on a different time. I'm in Canada, and sometimes the press conference are in Jamaica. So sometimes when the press conference going on, I'm at work. Yesterday, at the only time I never at work, and I was busy doing some stuff for my kids and things. So I couldn't get for go. So big up to Coaches Dex, big up to Sports DT, and big up to I Am Sure Sports. This is the journalist who want for go. We don't have the answer for everything, yeah, but at least make sure that we get enough answer out of the press conference because we're not getting it, right? So yeah, people, like up the stream, like up the stream, people. All right, let's finish off with the press conference. It's almost done still, people. Roughly about 2 minutes left. So yeah, it was a good press conference. Yeah. So let's finish up.
I never ever put my club before my coach. Never. And sometimes there might be, like I said to you before, there some reasons have been given for people not turning up. I've suggested that there is a commitment issue with a few people. And I can only go on not what facts, but what I hear. The action, the action, and you can show
Coach, we can't go any further. It's getting too bad now. Can't go any further. It's breaking up badly. I'm sorry. So we're gonna have a press conference again next week because the coach will be coming to Jamaica on Sunday. I think it is at midday. So sometime next week, quite like the games on Tuesday. So very likely on sometime on Monday, I try to arrange one Sunday. I'm on the coach, so it's a better situation, right?
So all right, people. Here you go have it. The press conference finish and things. So it's a good press conference, one of the best in my opinion, based on the question. A lot of good question asked in the press conference and a lot of good answer given to the good question them asked. And that's all we ask for. More like this, Reggae Boyz fans. You understand? So let us see what's going to happen. Jamaica versus Suriname, El Salvador playing 2. So I'm really looking forward to see this game, to what Jamaica will do in this one, right? So Reggae Boyz fans, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling differently on the press conference? We get some good answer. We hear the reason why Shaman Nichols is not in Suriname. So Earl Bailey, a big journalist. We say Earl Bailey, a big journalist. All right, big up to Earl Bailey. We're not taking nothing from him and thing. Yeah, man, but big up. Big up, people. The phone line is open. I get a few missed call, so I'm going to give back the call, give back the people them an opportunity to hear what they have to say and think, people. So it's very important for the peoples hear what the people have to say, right? So let's give them back a call, right? Like up the stream, people. Come on, people. Need to see more better performance from the team overall. That's all we're asking for. Suriname game late will be a good game. All right. That one answer. So let's give back. All right. You know answer. People, I'm giving back Miss call him when me get so on the show, right? But yeah, people, yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? So here is my team. I'm going because you know I give my team on Thursday night, and we know that Shaman Nichols will not be there, Ravel Morris will not be there. I hear that Ravel Morris will definitely be Sunday. Some of the players them who not in Suriname will be here on Sunday. So let us see for the next game. Let us see. I'm not sure about that. So let us see. Because you know the JFF still already. The less player JFF can use to get the job done, them going to use it because less money that they have to spend. What do you mean by who me a support? What do you mean by who me a support? Jamaica or Suriname? That you mean? Or what do you mean by that, Dr. Joyful? Who me a support? So sound like you support Suriname, brother. Sound like you support Suriname. Sound like you support Suriname, brother. Can't believe you support Suriname, brother. Swear to God, brother. Can't believe you support Suriname. Man ask me who me I support. Why? Tennessee, good morning, sir. Or good afternoon.
Ryan.
How are you?
I want to talk about Jamaica, man.
Yeah, Jamaica.
Why? Oh, win, but
We saying I have enough confidence. You say we're nervous.
But remember, what? Wait, I say it's not a bad.
Yeah, break up Tennessee. Tennessee, me call you back. Me call you back. Yeah, break up. Now you're clear. Alright, so here what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call back Tennessee. But I'm gonna call back this caller first and see if things will kind of change. See from my internet. Caller, good evening. Good evening to you or good afternoon.
Okay. You call back?
Yeah, I'm live. I'm live now. Suriname versus Jamaica.
Oh, you live?
Yeah.
Are you live?
Yeah, I'm live now.
Okay. I just come out of the shower, good boy.
Okay.
Yes. So you live on there now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm live, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what's the discussion regarding?
We discussed in the Suriname game and the coach press conference and stuff where he clear up, give us a lot of clarity, a lot of answer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, I'm calling from England.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to give it time. There's a process in football. The thing what you call progress. So Paul is using this time to feel out players. So in terms of playing a friendly, who cares if you win, lose, draw?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He's looking at players to see if they've got the football ability, right, and the mental ability.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's picking players and he's leaving players out because he already knows what that player can do. So he doesn't need to see him playing a friendly. But he doesn't know what this man can do because he's never seen him play. So he's giving this man the opportunity to say, "Rah, I can't leave this player out of the final squad. I'm going to need him to put pressure on the first 11. Because football's a pressure game. So the fullback, you need pressure on the fullback. You need pressure on the centre-back. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Paulo's doing. So by the time it comes to like a game of meeting, in terms of a qualifying game or whatever, he should know his squad then. Right now, he's just feeling out players. So there's probably players in Jamaica that he doesn't know of, and they've been recommended to him. So he has to give them a chance to play. Then he'll make the decision. I mean, I don't think they're good enough yet. I think they're good enough. I'm gonna put them in my final draft.
But
you understand? So that's what he's working to.
But
final draft.
But Carla, when him going to stop look at player, because since Paul come in, him look at roughly over 50 player already, and remember, this Nation League is not about looking at player. Remember, if you don't do well in this competition, is a possibility that you don't make it to the Gold Cup. How do him find the balance to still looking for a player and trying to progress at the same time? Because it no matter what you just say about he need time, but time is going by fast and he need to start to win football game.
Yeah, hold on. How many games has he had?
How many games? I would say probably roughly let me see. He play against Peru, he play against Catalonia, that's 2. He play against USA, that's 3. He play against Mexico, that's 4. He play against Panama, that's 5. He play against Canada, that's 6. He play against, I think, 6, 7 game that already. I think 7 game or 8 game him manage already, and in that time him conceded around about 18 goal.
Yeah. That's still nothing still. That's still nothing still, because you know what, he can still get it right.
9 game. So
okay, the
9 game him 9 game.
Right, he don't know the Jamaican-based players.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't even think that he's even. How many games has he been out in Jamaica and he's watched the football league in Jamaica?
Yeah, but
you understand? So he has people that advises him regarding the players in Jamaica.
But Carla, can we say Paul Aruna have been around this team for like 12, 15 months already?
No, I know, but what he's got a professionalism. But he's been around football most of his life. Like Paulo's been playing. When did Paulo start playing football? When he was around 18 years old, and he's still in the game now. So he's got vast experience. Now, can you think of anybody else that can replace him with his experience? Maybe John Barnes. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, you have to give the man time. You have to give him time, because football's about. Look at Klopp. You're a Liverpool fan. How long did it take Klopp to get it right? I know at international level you get a shorter time, but how long did Klopp take?
Klopp takes
time.
It
takes time.
Yeah, it takes time, but we understand, so we need to give Coach Paul all the time, Remember?
Just give him time. Give him time.
Yeah, but
the crucial games, then we judge him.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing, and you have to give the man time because he's got vast experience.
So
is he not? What is it? Is he a coach at QPR?
He in charge of all the youth teams. Meaning him oversee all of from the under 23 go right though.
That's what I'm saying. So he's got a senior role at QPR.
Yeah.
And QPR is a big club.
Yeah.
What we call them a yo-yo club.
Yeah.
Because they filter in and out the Premiership. So he's got a really good position.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't get that position if he didn't have any football sense.
True.
He's got whole heap of football sense, but he knows it's time. Football's all to do with time. If you can stay in the job long enough, you'll get it right eventually.
Yeah, but we could say that same for Tapa. He was in the job for 5 years and it was getting worse and worse.
And yeah, but what Tapa didn't do, Tapa didn't develop himself.
Okay, fair enough.
You understand? So it's about development. Tapa didn't develop himself. You know what I mean? Tapper went around professional footballers all the time, coaches, manager. When Tapper used to play in England, when he retired, he went back to Jamaica. No disrespect to Jamaican football. You know what I mean? But it's nowhere where it's supposed to be. It's a crying shame, Jamaican football. I'm of the diaspora. My parents are from Jamaica. So I have valid interest in Jamaica, especially the football team, because I love football. And it's a shame that I see the conditions that the brothers got to play with. But they're playing out there on everything. Because football down to the minute, you know, football down to. And unfortunately, Jamaican footballers, that the ones that are in Jamaica don't have that. They don't have that. I watched the last game. I got a glimpse of the last game. And where did they play Catalan? And it was sorry to say, but the Catalan players and the fans were laughing at them. It broke me heart. And I know them Jamaican players are just as good as them Spanish guys. But the only thing them Spanish guys have got over them is the fine tuning. You know when you get a car and it's not running right, you go and get it fine tuned, innit? So they can run, they can tackle, they can dribble, but they're not fine tuned. And that's all to do with resources. That's all to do with resources. So the question I'm going to ask, right, there's islands and the small countries like Jamaica, yeah, but they seem to do better in terms, I'm going to use the word again, fine-tuning footballers, preparing footballers to play at a certain level. Because when you talk about even international level, it's called elite level football. Right? Elite level football. Is it the JFF they called it? Yeah?
Yeah.
The Jamaican board is called, yeah. Right? Pressure needs to be put on them. Put on them to kind of invest money in grassroots football. In grassroots football. They need to do it. They really need it. Jamaican government needs to look at the JFF and say, listen, what are you doing with the money? Because it's obvious they're not spending the money, because it's like the man them in Jamaica are playing on some basic football pitches, some basic training facilities. And it shouldn't be like that in 2022. Not in 2022. Not in 2022. Not in 2022. Like they can contact clubs, they can do this and get money to say, okay, then right, we need to sort out, we need to fix up so the youths that are coming through, they can play on good surfaces, right? Not them bumpy pitches or nothing. I remember listening to an interview with Ravel when you played the last game that Jamaica played at the National Stadium, and Ravel talked about the pitch. If you listen, Ravel will say the National Stadium pitch, and that, how can that be in this day and age? How can that be? And it's all to do with fine tune. So you're taking youths that are playing on not so good pitches and expecting them to perform on elite pitches against elite guys. Then when they don't perform, man is saying them I don't know good, them the this and the that and the, you know, look what they're working with. Look at the tools that the man are working with. That's why they're getting overrun. That's why they're getting this, because they're not ready for that elite level. Because the JFF are not concentrating, so we need to build these men for elite level. So they've got the football skill. They've got the skill, there's no doubt about that, but it's the fine tuning of a player. You see, even the lower leagues over here, they know about fine tuning footballers. And at the Premiership level, the physio might say to a player, right, I'm going to withdraw you this week because you're up to your maximum. You need a break. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Jamaican players don't even reach their maximum. So we don't really know how good they are. They've got the football, because if that was the case, why ain't Paul Law bringing all these players to England? Why ain't Paul Law referring them to his club? Do you understand? Think about it. So if I go somewhere and I see a youth and he's a top baller, I'm thinking, Ras, this, I'll be phoning people saying, you know what, There's a youth there, you know, he's wicked. Go and have a look at him. Because that's how football works. That's how football works.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like,
Carla, what's your name, Carla? I want to refer to your name.
eh?
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, Carl.
Carl, you're making some valid point, man. Trust me, some great point you're making this afternoon. But I have two questions I want to ask you. I agree with everything what you're saying. The JFF need to do much more better. The government need to do more better.
A lot more better. They're getting embarrassed. It's embarrassing. It's shameful.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm of Jamaican descent. So I got Jamaican blood in me, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. And you got to remember, you know, you're talking, you know, when you're dealing with guys like Antonio that playing at elite level for West Ham, right? You have to be very, very careful when you're going to represent Jamaica. You won't remember this, yeah? You know Roy Keane?
Roy Keane, yeah. Please just play for Ireland.
He played for the Republic of Ireland, yeah? And when they went to the World Cup, he cussed out the Irish Football Board because he said, you know what, we're representing Ireland, the country, and look how you're treating us. Look at the facilities that you're making us train on. Look what you're making us stay. You have to wrap footballers at elite level. You have to wrap them up in wool. You have to make them comfortable. Look when Antonio went to Jamaica, West Ham flew him out in a private jet.
But I want to say something on that, Carla. I agree with you, and we have to make the player them comfortable. All right. I'm going to use the example as Jamaican because we're in this situation, right? Corporate Jamaica not coming on board. We're not getting enough sponsor. And we know the reason why we're not getting enough sponsor to the program because of the people them who running the football in the JFF, right? So
yeah,
my thing is we can compare ourselves with these England, for example. I know, I know we're supposed to up to that speed, you know. But I think what is more important in Jamaica, all right, I'm going to give an example, right? Track and field. Who Jamaica compete up against in a track and field? Jamaica, them not compare themselves with the people them in the Caribbean. No, we're bigger than that. We are compete at a global. We are compete against England, USA, America. And listen to me, Carla, before you butt in, right? Jamaica, what Jamaica have? Do you believe Jamaica have a world class? How many world class facility we have in Kingston or in Jamaica? Like the United States. How many? I want you to answer that for me.
No, very little.
All right.
Very little.
You know what?
I understand that.
You know why?
Let me land.
Well, let me finish your point and then
Just let me land.
let me finish now. Let me get it. All right.
Talk.
So I'm saying the most important thing for us to going forward to build, get more better player, I think the coaching, just like athletic, we have world-class coach. We do have world-class coach in football. And I think that is more important more than the field. And it's important, you know. But we need to get better coaching these youth because what we have look over the athletic, we have world-class coach where team, country across the world want our coaches them because we have world-class coach. We don't have a world-class football manager.
Right, okay.
So what we can do, we can say, right. All right, look at athletic. We don't have world-class facility, but we still compete against the world. Reason why we are compete against the world and athletic because we have good coaching, right?
Yeah.
In Jamaica now, the football side, we don't even have 4 or 5 world-class, not even one world-class coach who can coach.
I know, yeah. But before you get to that,
all right, go ahead.
You've got a product, right? So football club's a product. Football's business. Even at international levels, it's business. You've got to have the ability to sell it. Right. Look at your board. Right. To me, that board's not fit for purpose. Do you have a means of voting them off and voting people off? Because that's how a board's supposed to run. If they're not performing, they have to step down. You can't be on the board, you know, you're just rolling year in year, and you've got no worry of because whether you don't perform or you do perform, you're still on the board. It don't work like that. Life don't work. If you're not performing within your workspace, you have to step down. You understand? So there's probably people that can do that job and sell Jamaican football. You can be a feeder, you can be feeders, you can be. There's only for things you can do within football. Only for things you can do within football. You can hustle the game as well. There's only for things you can do. But I don't understand, because sometimes when I do tune in, like to you and others, and you're on about the board, it's like do the board have an AGM? Do the board have this? Most football boards, you know, they have to answer to the fans. They have to answer to the fans.
Not in Jamaica, though.
Fans will protest.
Not in Jamaica, though.
Yeah, right. So if this man's not, why are you not performing? Why are we still at this level? I remember when Jamaica reached the World Cup with Paul Allen Simpson and them man there. I remember that because I'm an old boy still. I remember all that. But since then, they've not progressed, decreased. Why? That's a good why. Why? What are these men doing that are on the board? What are they doing?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. They're not selling it. How can we raise money? How can we raise money for this? How can we do this? Like, who is Jamaica's football sponsor? Is it Puma?
Repeat.
Who's the football shirt sponsor?
For Jamaica?
Yeah.
Umbre.
Right, so pressure on them. So we need more money, man. We need this. Because it's better for them in the long run as well.
Yep.
Like, you can sell it by using the athletics, and just say to the corporate whoever, look, when you invest, look what we can achieve. Look what we can achieve. Because in any football club, they have the sporting director, they have this director, they have that. There's certain man that have specific roles. There's other man that sells the club. You know, sells the club in terms of producing merchandise, producing this. Because everything is a process and everything takes money.
The JFF not sell merchandise. They cannot sell merchandise.
No, I'm just using that as an example.
No, me know it's not an example. No, Carla. We are the only team that sell merchandise. It's not an example. We not sell none.
I know you don't sell them, but I'm just saying, why not?
Yeah, so that me agree with you. I say we need to sell merchandise, but the Reggae Boyz logo.
When the man that come around the table, what's the discussion? What is the discussion that the man are having? How can we improve this? How can we improve that? The infrastructure. I feel, you know what? Sometimes I watch the Jamaican and I feel sorry for the youths there when they're playing football, because you know what? Even at the lowest leagues, you understand where they wouldn't play on that, man. Seen some of the pictures and thinking, Raf, can't somebody roll the pitch? Can't somebody roll the pitch for the youths there? And it's not, and you know what? Everything, it takes money, but sometimes you can mash out and do something. You can do sort of, what's the word? Is it Liam Bailey?
Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, because he's like the most famous one right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's like, so what did he use? What tools did he use to get to that level? Because it's not just football that he used. To be a footballer, you can't just be a footballer. You just can't be a footballer. You need other attributes. That's why Ravel's not made it at the highest league. That's why Ravel where he is. If we talk about football, he's got it. But the other components, he didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I know Ravel's done it.
Even bit.
So Ravel's got natural talent. You can't teach what Ravel's got.
Yeah.
You can't teach it. It's just natural. It's natural talent. So because it's natural talent, he doesn't value it because he finds it easy.
Yeah.
But you can only go so far with just natural talent.
Yeah.
You know, Ravel should be a multi-millionaire like Pablo and Jesse. I watched him play as a youth.
Top player, man.
I watched him, physically watched him. And you see all that talent, he got it from his daddy. Danny was one of the greatest players that I know that never played football. Could have played for England and everything.
He's the most gifted player I see play for Jamaica.
You know what? You only see 50% of him.
Yeah. See when him play for Big Sam, West Sam.
50%. Hold on. Let me land. You see, we only see 50% of Rival. We won't see the other 50. He's gone. He will never be the player he's supposed to be. So what's Rival now? 29. So we only see 50% of it, but 50% of Rival is still good enough to say what could play in the championship, could represent Jamaica. But he doesn't have that. The other 50% he'll never play for England. He could never get an England squad again.
Yeah.
You understand? So Rival just function on 50%, but 50% of Rival Morrison
Still
is good enough to play football.
Yeah.
It's good enough to play football.
Bro,
he's a valuable asset to Jamaica as well.
Carla, we see the IQ Ravel Morris when he play for Jamaica. When Ravel play for West Ham 2009, Brechin, what Big Sam say? Only if this guy can just focus on football, he can be a world beater. He can play for any team in the world. 2009, West Ham say. Me watch Ravel play 2009. The man a dictate Premier League game. This man play for some of the biggest clubs in the world. Man United, Lazio. Go and check it. He's one of the easily talented players I see play for Jamaica in the last 30 years.
Yeah, but you know what? But you see, you need more than that to play football.
I agree with you on that.
You need the discipline side of it. You see, I like that. You see what Ravel's turned out to be a great five-a-side footballer. If you understand that language, yeah. So we're playing five-a-side, and we get together and we're playing five-a-side. Ravel will be in we call it the cage, yeah. Ravel will push it through your legs and things like that. You see, and that's what we look for when you watch Ravel play. But you need more than that. You need more than that. You understand? You need what you call the hard work. But I know Ravel's been working hard. I know he's kind of got his head down now and he's realised, because he's got about 3-4 years left.
Yeah, roughly about that.
He's got about 3-4 years. So he's knuckling down.
Yeah.
But he'll never get back that 50% that he lost. He'll never get that back. It's gone. Let it go. But he's good enough still to play football. And he's got certain experience in terms of a youth saying, "Well, I've arrived." He can say, "Hold on, no. Just because you're good at kicking a ball doesn't mean you're gonna make it as a footballer."
Yeah.
And this all comes into the fine tuning. I know the coaching system in Jamaica is not where it's supposed to be because of obvious reasons. I get that. But use Leon Bailey as an example. Follow that path. That's what Jamaica needs to do, because he's playing at elite level. He's playing in the Premiership. Right? So what path did he use? What did he do to get there? It weren't just football. It must have been something else that he had to use in terms of willpower, determination. As you were saying, Jamaica, your nose after run.
30 million pounds in a bridging. What heap of money that,
What for?
Eh?
What for?
What for?
Huh?
No, me I say, Bailey. 30 million pound Villa pay for him. Me I say a whole heap of money that na Jamaica in a bridging.
Yeah, I know that. But he's still yet to produce for Villa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know that he's got his injury issues and, hopefully he's overcome his injuries, because next season is going to be crucial for Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
He's going to have to produce because he's playing at the highest level. He's going to have to produce because he's under pressure. You've seen the bench, innit? If he makes the first 11, right, the bench is going to have like Coutinho on there and certain man like that.
Yeah.
So he's getting the pressure for him to produce at that level all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he don't, he has one bad game, he's out. He's warming the bench. You understand? So he's under constant pressure to perform. So hopefully now, if he can overcome his injury issues, we'll see the best of Liam Bailey, because we've not seen the best of Liam Bailey. Right, he scored a goal one time, innit? But still, that's one goal out of a full season. That don't make it. Yeah, I mean, we know that he's got injury prone and such, and he's breaking down with injury. I think his last injury, it weren't his fault or anything. I think I've fouled him or something.
Yeah.
You know, but what I'm trying to say, right? You see that path that he's gone down, right?
Yeah.
Jamaica need to duplicate it.
Yeah.
Because it's proven, it's worked. Look where he is. Look where he is. And he started from the same position, you know, of them man they're out in yard. But for some reason, he's been able to get there. Because sometimes, you know, you might have the tools, you know, or you might have the skill, but you don't have the tools. You understand? So what path did he take to get there? That's what we have to look at that. So anything that's working, right, we duplicate it because it's a proven method.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that Jamaican football don't have the skill to do. We know that, but have they got the mental attribute? Have they got the determination? These are the questions. Right, so if I was a young footballer and I'm looking at Liam Bailey, I'm thinking, yeah, the man from the same place I'm from, and look where he is. I'm researching, I'm studying it to find out how the hell did he get there? What did he do? Everybody's doing 10 press-ups, he's doing 50 press-ups, I'm doing 50 press-ups. People are training for 2 hours, Liam's training for 5 hours, I'm training for 5 hours. And so if you duplicate, you copy that pattern, you should arrive there, not you.
Yeah.
You should arrive there because it's proven. So they've got a real life example in terms of Liam Bailey. Because the JFF ain't going to support them. They ain't going to do nothing for them because them man just lying in their pocket. They're getting away. They're all right. You understand?
Yeah.
So they'll talk at the care, but they're still getting the money.
Mm-hmm.
So the youths have to start thinking, you know what, we're going to have to do this. Because take African football, look at Sane at Liverpool.
Money.
You know, look at Sane. What was his journey like before he ended up at Liverpool?
Whole lot of place him go.
Huh? Yeah, but before he got to Europe, what was his journey like?
Yeah.
What was his journey like? And unfortunately, most footballers start off from a bad position in terms of coming from like the Caribbean, coming from Africa. If you're lucky enough for black players to be in England, the journey is a lot easier. You understand?
Yeah.
It's a lot, but when you're coming from Africa and certain things, like enough African footballers, they're 35, but they'll say they're 24. Because it's part of their journey. So how do we know Sane? Sane.
Mane, not Sane.
Yeah, Mane. Yeah, Mane to say. Yeah, old Mane.
Yeah, but Kala.
How old is it?
Oh, Mane, he's going to be 30. Yeah. He's going to be 30 this year. Or I think he's 29 going 30.
How do we know he's not 34?
No, he means not 34.
How do you know that?
Eh?
How do you know that?
He's not. Oh, me knows.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Say he's not 34?
Yeah.
Because he's not playing like a 34-year-old.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. Because part of his journey. You understand? It's part of his journey. You know, it's public knowledge that a lot of African footballers will give the wrong age.
Oh.
That's why sometimes there's always debates and concerns and whether this player is this age. Because it's part of their journey. You know, because they're coming from a bad starting position. Don't forget, mine is coming from a village, you know.
Yeah.
In Africa.
Me just understand what you mean by that.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
That's why we gonna joke about his airline. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We gonna joke about his airline and certain thing. Because you don't know the journey of a man. You know what I mean? But he was prepared to take that journey. He was prepared to do, and this may apply to certain Jamaican footballers, man. How can I get the chance so somebody can look at me? What do I need to do? You know, some of them, you know, over here, you know, you write off the clubs. You got to write to clubs. So up and coming footballer that he's gone to a few trials and have knocked him back, he'll write to other clubs, man. Can I come and have a trial? Can I do this? I have to do that. I have to do that. You know what? JFF should say, Jamaican Football Board should say to Leon Bailey, right, what was your path? What was your route? What route did you take to get there? And that's what they work with.
But Carla,
You understand? Right.
Carla, Leon Bailey father want to help the JFF, but them no want to help.
There you go then. Corruption, innit? If you know what I mean, if he wants, because he knows what he has to, he knows what Leon has gone through to get to that level. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Leon probably has to swim over oceans or whatever he's had to do. But look at him now. Living in style.
Carla.
You know what I mean? The man's boarding plane like taxi.
Just to let you know that
in the long run, it's worth it. And that's what the Jamaican board needs to realize. In the long run, it will be worth it. You know what I mean? In the long run, right, rather than selecting players from England, you may say, you know what? The team is going to make up, the core of the team is going to be Jamaican-born footballers. Because I believe that. Because when you're getting players from England, right, it's sometimes they want to play and sometimes they don't want to play. And I understand why. You're picking a player from England. He just says he's probably on, just say a basic wage, which is £15,000 English, yeah?
Yeah.
He's going to go and play a friendly for Jamaica, right? He gets injured. Can the Jamaican board have insurance to cover him for the rest of his life? Is he going to get a big payout because he was playing for the country and he injured himself? So these are the things that English footballers have to consider. You know, they might say, you know, end of the season, you know what, I need to take this time to recharge my battery for the start of the season. Don't really need to play this game.
Carla, I have two questions I want to ask you. See? You ready for it?
Go on.
First one. How long would you give to Paul? Because I understand. Listen me out. Listen me out. Modern football now based on winning football game. And at the same time, winning football game, we have to see progress in how the team are play. How many time would you give to Paul Hall? Patrick Vieira get almost one season and you see.
Well, how long do I think he's still got left in the job?
No.
More or less, isn't it? Yeah, how long has he still got left in the job? Because how long before I'm going to say, well, you know what? Something has to give. But I do believe you should give at least another 4 to 5 games. I do believe that. Because don't forget, he's working with players that he's never seen play before. You understand?
Yeah.
And he's taking advice from certain people. And does he know the advice that he's getting from his co-workers is genuine advice? And they do, because don't forget, Jamaican football is very corrupt in terms of looking after man and man. And you understand?
But
so it's just like you get a youth team. You get a youth team, yeah? The youth team manager, right, of a kiddies football team, yeah? And his son, and he picks his son every week, but his son's no good. And everybody knows that, but because he picks the team, he plays his son every week because it's his son. And that's I'm not saying exactly that scenario, but it's like that in Jamaica, because I've listened to somebody debate, right? And you go, oh, why is he still playing? Because he's such and such friend, he's such and such friend. So Paul's got to work through all that, you know. He's got to work through all that. He's got to sift out this, and you understand.
But-
He's got to do all that.
But Carla, me agree with you, right? Me agree with you on that. But listen to me. When Paul get the job,
Yeah.
Paul supposed to bring in him coaching staff who you want to work with. Who
Yeah.
he believe that. Listen. He believe that. Paul believe that he's the people them want to see him win. The right people them.
Yeah.
So is Paul all bringing he yet to bring in him own coaching staff. Since Coach Whitmore get fired, are the same people them. Only thing change is Paul will be the head coach. Him still have the same assistant. Do he have the right people them around him for him to be successful?
No, he doesn't.
So
No,
why
he
I'm
doesn't.
still
He doesn't.
keeping
He
them?
doesn't.
Why I'm still keeping them?
No, because it's system. You know the word systematic. You know that word is systematic. So it's from the top of it down in it. Do you understand? And that happens in football, right? That happens in football. It happens in football. You know, I'll give an example. Manchester United, like Phil Jones. You know Phil Jones plays Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Phil Jones is at Manchester United. Right, what's he on about £5 million a year? He is never going to play for United. So who made that decision to sign him, tie him up in a contract, knowing he'll never play for United again? So that even happens at elite level. Man, it happens at elite level.
But
I know Paul Law would bring in Fitzroy Simpson straight away. Because he knows Fitzroy Simpson plays in it. He knows Jamaican football. He's always out in the yard.
so why I'm don't bring him?
Politics. Obviously, if Paul Law not brought in, right, his coaching staff that he wants to work with, that's telling us.
But so why still continue with the job if you know that the people around you not happy for you, not have the capability to complement you where you're weak in and thing, and where they can bring to the team and add to the team. Why take the job?
Yeah, but like I said, it's a process. So it's not a process just on the field, you know. There's a process off the field as well. Funny, because he will be talking with them, right? And hopefully at some point, hopefully they will take on his advice. Honest to God, off the field is just as important. You know that anyway. I know that because I know you know football. Off the field is just as important as on the field. If it's not working off the field, it ain't gonna work on the field. Look at United. Manchester United is not working off the field, so that it doesn't work on the field.
Most of the time, if I forgive it, split it, I would give it 55 and the rest on the pitch. After peel, after perfect.
Yes. But like we said, right, especially with the homegrown players, man. Look where they're coming from, and we're asking them to perform at elite level. They played Catalonian, man, and them Catalonian players, they're elite. You understand? It's all about the environment, the conditions, and all that. Honestly, that plays a massive part in football. That's why Paul Hall is drawing on the English-based players, because they're kind of used to that environment at elite level.
But coach, but Carla, I hear that. This is what I hear, right? And this is the reason why I not really have the pity on Paul. He want to have these people around him. 98.
People around.
Same coaching staff them around him. 98. A few of the people them were there in the 98 campaign. There and thing.
Yeah, but that's what you heard. You know what I mean? Listen, right? He's not going to go public, right? He's not going to go public and say the board's this, the board's that, because of those tactics. Yeah?
Yeah, but I see him thing with a run. Carla, I see him thing with a run from, you know, right? I don't know if you know this coach, Joe Wade, where he said, listen, you pay us to coach a team, allow us to pick the player, make we do our stuff. I can love and respect that coach where come and say, you're not allowed to pick the team. What they do, they fire. So if you're not, so I'm saying we can't keep on make these men ruin the football. Somebody have
No,
to.
I don't. Yeah, but he's a coach that he won't work for any nothing. Yeah, Paul Lord, he said, right, what have you got? Right, and your boss said, this is what we're working with, Paul, blah blah. Top coaches won't work for that.
So now that
If you can't match my ambition, you can't give me what I want. I ain't gonna work for you.
so now that him for do, Carla. That's what him supposed to do.
What happens? What happens after that? What happens after that? Who are you gonna get after that?
No, and
Who are you gonna get after that?
who we're going to get? I'm saying this is what the coach them need to do to show up these man. We can't continue pretend, and I feel the youth them.
Yeah, but you know what? The fan base, Jamaican fan base, they need to do more. They need to do more protests.
That's true, 100%.
You know, protest. It don't make no sense. You know, you're on street corner or phone-ins and you're saying it, and you're not prepared to do something, man.
Yeah, I agree. I've been saying that.
Man. Organized protest. Get banners up. Put pressure on the board, man.
Going in the stadium with more banner and thing.
Yeah. Put pressure on them, man. Because if they've got an easy rice. You know, like rice. When you cook rice, you high flame and you turn it down to simmer.
Yeah.
That's what Jamaican fans. So after a game, blood, then after just simmer down. That's the normal. Not true.
Yeah, for true. I agree with you on that. I agree.
So when it's high, when it's like that, put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. Make it go in the papers. Make it go in the papers, man. Somebody do something out there, Dread. Do something, man. Do something. Because once that movement starts, you know, like, and the wheels in motion, you know, it'll pick up. But somebody's got to start it. Somebody's got to start it. Because don't forget, it's for the country. You know what I mean? You can put in a feed. You know what a feed of information is? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Put in a feed of information. Right? Put in under the Freedom of Information Act, I requested how much money does Jamaican football get? You can ask them questions. How is it broke down? How much goes to this? How much goes to resources? How much goes to that? You can ask, put in a freedom of information. Put in a freedom, and if they don't tell you, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. You know what I mean? Because they're working for you, not you working for them. They're getting paid to do a job. So we want to know if they're doing that job effectively. So we put in a freedom of information. How was this money spent? How was the money spent on this? How much did the board earn out of it last year? We can ask these questions, man. It's called freedom of information. I have to tell you. Because they're getting a wage, yeah? So that means it's a registered company. It must be registered. They must have to answer to somebody. You understand? They must have to answer to somebody.
Carla, them answer to Concacaf and them answer to FIFA, but I still think, so them look up. You know, Jamaican people smart. We are some of the most smartest people in the world, and they even the election are coming up right now. The man them is well preparing. It's going to be 72 vote, and the man them well preparing to beat the system. So you must know. So it would surprise me they back in, they do all kind of madness with them documents and things. Something have to be looked at.
Yeah, but nothing beats documentation. You understand? Nothing beats that, Dread. So if you put in a freedom of information, you email them under that, so the Freedom of Information Act, right? And everybody should. Good practice is to answer emails. If they refuse to answer email, you've got that as evidence. You've got that as evidence. Because it's good practice to answer emails. And you know you're perfectly right because you're concerned about your national team. You're perfectly right. You know, You're perfectly right. So they must have a press office. They must have a press office. And these are the simple things that you put in place. You know, but you know the main thing as well is to safeguard these players. You know what I mean? You know, because you got a young footballer in Jamaica, man. He's got all the skill, but he ain't got the tool, man. How are they gonna say, you know what? Let's get this youth into Europe. Why can't they say, okay, he's played this youth there, he's playing for the national team. Why don't they contact clubs in Europe? Why not to do that? Because obviously Leon Bailey have had to do something like that to get to where he's got to. Don't you?
Yeah, 100% right.
Eh?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
The way it seems, because it's corruption from the top right down to the bottom. Because everybody wants a little piece out of it. So and so in the long run, what you're doing, you're stifling the youth. Because they're not fulfilling, they're not reaching their full potential. You understand? So when you see a youth and you know the youth's good enough, you know, we should give the youth the blessing, and the blessing will come back down to you. But if you want the blessing when it's not actually reached anywhere yet, you're just going to fuck the youth up. You know, they're a recognized body, you know, so they can contact this. Look at football, because they can contact wholly for football clubs. They can such and such, because they're a recognized body. I mean, they could even talk to FIFA. FIFA will do things for them. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if FIFA's giving them wholly for money, but we don't even know that.
Yeah, man, them get money every month, man.
So where's that money going? That's what I'm saying. So freedom of information. Put in it's called a freedom of information. You know what I mean? There must be some statistics and say boom, boom, boom. They have to produce it, man. Because what's happening with Jamaican fans, they're putting 2 and 2 together and they're coming up with 5. It's the same thing, just recycle, same thing. And it's just, okay, they made a change in terms of sacking the manager. But everybody knows it's more than the manager. You know what I mean? Are these men educated enough to raise money, to raise funds for the football? These men good enough to do that? These men good enough do these men know how to talk to big multi-million-pound businesses? Okay? Does these men know to say, well, you know what? Who you with? Is it Umbro, you said, isn't it?
Yeah,
right, so you know what? Go and see Puma back Jamaican Athletic. Usain Bolt.
Yeah. We have the Nike, we have the Adidas coming up soon too. More money, them say.
That's, you know. Yeah, but is the money going to go where it's supposed to go?
That's the next thing.
Right? Because you know what? The conditions that the man them are playing, you know, you should have a school of excellence in Jamaica. You go to places in Africa, all the best young players at this place, they live there. They go to school there.
Carla, you know what's funny? You're talking about facility. You know that I'm watching the amount of money Jamaica national team get from sponsor from way back from 98 come up. And may I look at the France team, I see them walk out this morning to go on the pitch. And they win the World Cup, and you see the World Cup trophy, and you see the background where it says the France national team home. Bridging, we do have not even a world-class facility where we say the player them can live at. We still are, you see the thing where we have a problem, Carla? We still are run, we still are rent hotel, we still are make player go to hotel. We should have our own house up at Cherry Garden. We should have our own house.
You know, that's embarrassing. I'm telling you, that's laughing stock.
Yeah.
That's why when you get just say you get English youth, yeah? Right, and he's not even playing at the elite level, you know, but he knows where football, you know, where it kind of, use the word lay, where it's supposed to, you understand, to make the players don't have to worry about anything. All they got to worry about is performing on the day. Because everything's taken care of. Right, so they've got some youths in Jamaica, they've got to worry about this, they've got to worry about that. And then things should have been taken care of. You understand? Should have been taken. I don't understand why Jamaica's not got a football village. where the players live on there, they get educated. This is from young, and educated. They get mentored, they get everything to go off into the football world. You go to countries in Africa, and some of these countries are even worse than Jamaica.
Yeah.
They have a village.
True.
They have a football village where these young kids sleep, eat football, and they prepare them. Brazil, that's what they do with their young players. Prepare them. You understand? And what Brazil do, they prepare players to play in Europe. Jamaica ain't doing nothing like that. Right? We know we can see it. We know the vision. We know the vision. We know the vision to get them to prepare them to get to Europe. So you can't have them playing on bumpy pitch and this and that. You can't be doing that, man. Can't be doing that. You got to groom them. Groom them to go into Europe. You know what I mean? When Liam Bailey went to even learn holy for things. And I can't understand for the life of it. Jamaican football don't tap into it. Put the personal when you go to work, right? You don't like everybody in your workplace, but you're professional. That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to like everybody. So whether they like Liam Bailey's daddy or whatever, be professional. Be professional. You understand? Don't bring no personal because you be professional. What's best for the country? What's best for this young kid? That's what they have to do. If they can't think like that, they shouldn't be around football. Trust me, they shouldn't be around football. It's basic. This is it's called professional football. So if you don't have a professional mindset, you shouldn't be around football. If you're just doing it just to line your pocket, I know things is hard in Jamaica and everything, but you shouldn't be around that football. Shouldn't be around football. Because I see Jamaica love football. Love it. So if you can't match that ambition, you shouldn't be around there. I mean, you should be called out. And it's good that now that people like you got socials to call out these particular people that are around Jamaican football.
Yeah.
But you have to ask, so listen, we need meetings, we need this, we need that. You understand? Because them things, I know England and such, but I'm not even talking about even at semi-pro level in England, that wouldn't happen. Because they have to answer the board and have to answer to the fans. These are semi-professionals. They get a little money for football, but they have to work. They've got a 9 to 5 and they play football on a Saturday. And even that board has to answer to the fans if it's not performing. Because you're not performing, you have to answer to somebody. You don't keep rolling on year in, year out. Okay, you change the manager, but it's more than a manager. It's obvious. Jamaican football is more than just changing the manager. Because what about the resources? What are you going to do with the resources? Where's improvement? Where's this? Where's the improvement in that? So it just can't be just change one component and it's fixed. It ain't going to be fixed. So when I'm saying give Paul all time, maybe he may get into the heads of the board and say, listen, we have to start doing this. Paul's coming from a professional background, a professional setup at QPR, so he knows. So Paul knows who's performing on the board and who's not. So he can't call it out publicly. You can't, because in football you just don't do that. That's why you don't like certain managers call out players. You know what I mean? In the media, but they'll call them out in the changing room to the point they'll fight them. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's just pray and open it. Don't you?
True.
That's it's just pray and open. Just hopefully the man that will see sense and say, because you're right. You're right in terms of why Paul Law, even assistant, brought his own assistant. Because that means, okay, wait, hold on. Was Paul Law the assistant to the last manager?
Chopper.
Yeah, was he second in charge?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Boy, I would have thought, you're right. I would have thought Paul would have kind of ring in a man, an expert. You know what I mean? Because he could have, I'm sure Fitzroy Simpson would do it.
Of course. He ready. He ready.
Yeah. And he you know, he loved Jamaica. Because I do get it when Paul said, you know, if you to play for Jamaica, you have to love Jamaica. Don't play for Jamaica if it's just international football. And you're just thinking, you know, I don't know what Jamaican paid them to play international level. But don't play for Jamaica if it's just because I'm playing international football.
Yeah.
You have to love the badge. So I understand when Paul's saying that. He's finding out who loves the badge and who does not love the badge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you love the badge, you'll give it your all. You understand? You'll throw yourself into tackles and whatever. But if you don't love the badge, you're just there for being there. He has to weed them players out. And he will know, Paul. You know what I mean? So he'll know when a player's playing and a player's not playing. You understand? And he has to weed. But in saying that, he has to bring up the home-based players to a level. Because they're not getting that, you said they're not getting that type of coaching.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen with the last game, they were getting knocked off the ball. They weren't strong enough. But sometimes that may be down to them.
Play them.
Find yourself in the gym.
Yeah.
Find yourself in the gym, man. It's not every time somebody's going to tell you. You need to look at your game and say, right, look at the game against. You know what? Well, I was a bit weak in that game. Man was pushing me over. Get yourself in the gym. You know, when you finish doing the ball training, go and do some weights. Your day off, go and do some weights because you're not there yet. You're not there yet. And when you get there, you know what I mean? When you actually get there, it's about staying there. But if you get there and you're not ready, you get exposed. And that's what happened in the last game against Catalonia. Because they were up against players that play in the Premiership. And you could see the gulfing difference. To a point, it was a laughing stock. Not true?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And basically, it was just, they don't have the mind of an elite or professional footballer. Because one or two men said to them, yeah, man, you're wicked, you know, you're wicked on the ball, you're my baller. They think that's it. And it's not that. And I think Leon Bailey's realised that. Because you might have a trick here and a trick there, that don't make football. Honestly, don't make, because it's spaced over 90 minutes. And certain men that don't have the skill will work you out and say, what, the boy, they're weak. And apply pressure on you. They'll knock you off the ball. Because you know that you're weak. So you have to cover all angles. Get yourself in the gym. Because I think that's an obvious telltale sign with the homegrown players.
Nah, eat the proper food, man. Weak.
Yeah, no, it's weak diet. That's what I'm saying. In England, even your championship, even first division, they have dietitians that tell them what to eat. And now, you understand?
Yeah.
Fine tuning the body for a game. Fine tuning that body for a game. And unfortunately, footballers don't. They just go into a game raw, naive. You understand? And the man them was just using science on them because football's become a more of a science game now. He says using science, trouble to knock him over because he's weak.
Weak. Weak-minded cannot play football, Bridget.
But it all goes back to the board. You understand? It all goes back to the board. You know what I mean? Put these things in place so we know, right, okay, we don't think this game's suitable for you because you're not strong enough to play in this type of a game. You're going to get bullied.
Bullied.
And you see,
Bullied.
Yeah, you're going to get, you know when somebody bully you get bullied on the pitch because he knows you're weak.
Yeah.
So he just applies his body on you.
True.
Because he knows you're weak. You understand? Because once the first tackle or the first time he come up against you and he grabs your shirt and pins you to the ground, pins you, you can't move. You know, this player's weak, man. Look, yeah. I'm holding him, he can't even move. And I'm holding him by his shirt. He don't even know how to knock my hand away.
Yeah.
So look, all the fine-tuning in the game, Jamaican footballers would lack. Especially the homegrown ones That's why we have to get them out of Jamaica as soon as possible to become professional footballers. And that's what that Jamaica board should be looking at, the whole holistic thing in Jamaica when it comes to football.
Yeah.
To playing them games in Jamaica, they ain't doing them youths nothing. They're not doing them nothing. They're not just gonna, unfortunately, Jamaica's not a bigger island. It's not a big island where, you understand, X, Y, Z can happen. So they can't go through the full repertoire because of finance and other little things. So you need to get them, right, and with their ambition, right, get them to that point where you can say, move them on. Move them on. Get them trials. Get them trials. Get them trials. Leon Bailey must have had only for trials, but didn't give up. But the problem, the good thing about that guy is that he got out there. So he didn't wait. Because if you're waiting on a man to find out, to give you, he might never give you because he's lying in his own pocket. He's benefiting from you being where you are. Because you understand?
Yeah.
Because honest to God, because you get played, you get not played, but you get people that hold youths down for whatever reason. It happens over here sometimes. My best friend that I grew up with should have, when he did play professional football, but should have played at much higher level. But a manager, when we used that used to manage us, he went on to coach at manage at semi-pro level, and he kept my spot there for his own benefits. That's why it's down to some. It's so the player needs to look at himself and say, you know what, this is what I need to do. Because if I'm going to take the advice of this one man, it may not be enough.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, right? Has to be football. When he's sleeping because of football reasons. He's resting. As he wakes up, football. When he finishes studying the game, preparing himself when that chance comes. Because you see, every international is a trial for Jamaican football as well. So you can't miss out now because you don't know who's watching. So every time he gets the opportunity, he's got to see playing that international. He's got to see it as a trial that will take him off the island. So I've got to be the best. I'm gonna throw everything into this game because you don't know who's watching. You understand? So you can even get an English-based player that comes and plays, and they might say, you know what, the lad in Jamaica, man, boy, he's wicked. I think you should look at him. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. So you have to be the best. Best. Don't just rely on because people say, yeah, but you're a baller, you're good. That's not good enough. That is not good enough.
Never know who I watch your bridging.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So you're going into an international game. You've got Paula. Talk to him. Say, listen, boss, boom, boom, boom. Right? And Paul should tell him what he wants him to do. And if he can do it to the letter of the law, and Paula said, well done, I'm proud of you. You done it to exactly what I told you to do. Exactly what I told you to do. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows where it'll take him to? Because football's about following instructions. So Paula, let's say a manager will look at the team, the opposition, look at their weaknesses, look at their strength. Then he feeds it back to his 11. This is how we're going to win this game. We have to stop him from playing. Right? Might have to double up on him. Right? We need to exploit that play because when he goes forward, he keeps the space behind him. Do you understand? If you can play to the letter of the manager, you should win the game.
Yeah.
You should win the game. So going back to like the youth in Jamaica, if they can get, well, I know they've got good coaches, but if they can kind of take it upon themselves and say, if you're doing 10, I'm doing 15.
Yeah.
This is what Ronaldo had to do. This is what Ronaldo had to do. When Cantona, I live in the United ground. So when the man then used to finish training, and if man training done, I've done it for them, man would stay behind for the next 2 hours, perfecting the craft. And unfortunately,
our local player, them now do that, Beijing.
It's a shame,
Them not. No, Carla. Even me, when me usually play football, Over me I to look some food and thing in a bridging. All asleep, bridging. The youth them mindset, we don't love football, we only talk it. The youth them don't love football. Because it's no we are youth, they in a jungle and live a Rima and Tivoli. Especially jungle, Tivoli and Rima. Tivoli and Arnett Garden, them two team they have gym. Eddie Siago bring gym in a Tivoli.
Yeah.
Premier League team. And Omar Davis, Arnett Garden have the gym. And check pan both team. How many of these players look like them lifting up a little bit of weights? Forget a little bit of strong. We can last them for 9 months in the season.
Yeah.
Them youth
Yeah,
not take the thing serious, Bridging.
No, they have to, because over here, England, where you got all the facilities, they have to go the extra mile. You understand? They have to go, you have to go and do some road work, do some, they call it shuttles. You'll see youths in the fields, and these are like clubs, try to make the way, but you see them right on being in front of the computer, they're out doing little shuttles. You understand? Get too cold, just do little shuttles, because football is about explosive pace. So the worker has to do that. You have to do that. And once you get there, you have to do it even more to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
To sustain yourself, they have to do it. Where's the mentor then in Jamaica? To talk to these youths, show these youths. You know what I mean? Look at this footballer's backstory. Look what he had to do to get there.
Carla, you have enough. Carla, you have enough player. You have enough player out there like Rudolph Austin and Fuller. I tell these youths thing what them supposed to do, and even when the bus are come right at them gate, the man them still are late. The man them say meet we are pick you up right at the door 2 o'clock. Or 5:02, the man them still they reach out there. 10:02, them still they reach out there. When them do come, I left one of my boots.
No.
You have player out there, Carla. You have player out there who play professionally, who been there, done that. I talk to these youth. Them youth don't care, brother. Big up to all the people them in the comment section. Jamaica Guna, big up Wayne, big up Loud Music, big up Brian Burke, big up yourself. Enough love and respect. Prince, enough love and respect. Big League, anyway that sports. Big up to all of you guys. Richards, big up to all of you guys down in the comment section. Patrick Holness, big up yourself. Dr. Joyful, big up yourself. Nothing but respect. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Can you guys get us Tennessee? Get us to 150 likes, people. Smash the like button, people. Smash the like button. Yes, Carla, go ahead.
Why do you think they have ambitions to be footballers? What's the reason?
What's the reason for the Jamaican player them?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell them this I'm gonna tell you about me. I'm usually play professional back in Jamaica. I'm gonna tell you about me. I can't speak for 300, 400, 500 youth. You understand? But I'm gonna tell you the mindset where me did have, and me still think them youth that have the mindset. Now, me get more exposure, me live overseas and understand is way more than what these players think is. So here is my problem when I was playing. Going at high school, big goalkeeper, school girl all over me. Yeah. People telling me say me are the biggest thing, watch me up on TV, reaching my community. Top goalkeeper, you're ready to play at the highest level and thing on. These things where the people them around you in your community I tell you, me don't even want change. Me did say yo, me are the greatest thing, me are the best thing. Me don't want change, me don't want work hard. Nobody can talk to me because me can play and me think me better than everybody. I think the youth them in Jamaica and the mindset is not there. And the next thing too, me I tell you with me, girls, it's when you have a whole heap of girls, I tell you a whole heap of thing, all of again go get kids early and all of these things that mess with the youth them brain. You know one of the thing in Jamaica, I tell people all the time, say, Carla, it's not the government alone going to grow your kids. You need it from parents, father, and mother. You understand? Most of the youth them at Jamaica, them grow up without no father. Them grow without father. So when you're supposed to have that balance in the whole soul, brother, you know, have it the youth them are lost it, brother. You understand? Why you think more player get contract back in the days? Them man they did hunger feed, full on them man they did hunger for it. Wiley Boo, Shelton, them man they right now, you tell a local youth say, bro, stay back and run too lap. Let's go at the gym. You me tired no bridging. And when him tell us he tired, you see him there on the corner. A robot him and me girl him have a rum bar or a boomman. You understand? So
yeah, you see what I ask a young footballer, yeah? I'll say, why you playing football? Why do you want to play football? Yeah? If the youth says to me, because I can make loads of money, I say, you'll never be a footballer. If you're going to, if that's your purpose of playing football, and secondly, your first purpose is the money, and second, because I like it, you ain't gonna never make it. You ain't never gonna make it. Your purpose of playing football is because I love the game. Money comes after. You understand, Ryan? Money comes after, and if you're good enough, yeah, you can reach the dizzy heights of football. Because there's billions of footballers that want to be footballers in this world, but don't get to the dizzy heights. Right? So the first things first, you have to love it. You don't worry, don't think about no money. Don't think about money. Don't think about so if you love the game, yeah, you will apply yourself because you just love to play football. I'm a man that loves to play football. I'm up in my age. But if you go in my boot, my car, I got a pair of football boots in there. You understand? I play 5-a-side 2 times because I play for nothing. Because I love the game of football. I never thought about money or anything like that, the riches of the game or getting knocked out. You see, when I was a youth, right, and just say you book a fine piece of girl, and my spouse phone me for football, you know, I'm going to play football, you know, that I put that on the back burner. That can wait because I want to go and play football. But if you've got the intention of all the strappings and you want this, and that's your main focus in football, you will never ever be a top footballer. You'll never ever be a top. Them things come after. Concentrate on just the football. When you concentrate on the football, all them things, if you're lucky, you will get the strappings.
yeah.
You understand?
Carla, hold on it. Carla, hold on it. Ryan, gaze up, get ready. All right? Go and put on your boots and things. Yeah.
The first thing is to love the game. You know what I mean? So anywhere you, as a youth growing up, anywhere you can play football.
Yeah, Carla, continue to.
Yeah, so anywhere you see where you can play football, you play football. Play. That's all you concentrate on. Play football. Play football. Football. Don't worry about this and that until you know you're at that point. You understand? You're at that point. Nothing should get in your way. Nothing. You should be selfish. Be selfish. You understand? Be mean. You understand? Because everything should be geared for football. Because there's so many billions of people around the world that want to be footballers. Right? I know some footballers, they have an easier pathway than others. But it doesn't mean that the ones that are coming from certain backgrounds can't make it. You understand? But if you're determined to be a footballer, if there's a way. But is it Baby Garden on all them players, isn't it? Yeah? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah, Carla, you never hear me stop away and say, go and run it. Me I go do something. Because I have to take my son play some ball and things. So.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I could tell you a story. You see my son? Yeah? You see my son had the same sort of story like you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I weren't good when it comes to schoolwork or nothing like that. But one thing I could do was play football.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really teach him with the book, but I could teach him how to play football.
Yeah.
In terms of, training him and this and that. My son had trials at Burnley, Preston, right? The last was Manchester United coming through. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? But when my youth beat 15,
Carla.
yo,
I will say a while ago in Magan, because the people them are laugh.
you want me to start again?
No man, like you said something like the Carla them, like them I say, like easy. So I don't know what you did say.
No, I said my son's story is very much like yours.
Okay.
I said, right, with my youth, I couldn't teach him the book because I was no good at the book, but one thing I was good at was football.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I prepped him for football. So when he went, he could impress. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, cut a long story short, when he got to 15, he realized, I use the word body, he realized that his body were only for pissing.
Yeah.
The same thing with you.
Yeah.
He realized that the body could do other things.
Yeah.
You understand? So I saying to him, tell me your company, I tell you who you are.
Yeah.
So his friend them weren't good at the football, like him. They weren't good at. So when it was time for him to go for training, they'd take the Burnley. There's no sign of it because he'd rather be on the corner with his friend them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he kind of fell out of love. So sometimes when we watch, let's say come round to the yard and we're watching a game of football, he'll see a player and he goes, I used to play with him. I used to play against that boy.
Yeah.
And I would say, well, look where he is now, look where you are. Because he was dedicated. He only fought, the only thinking in his head was football. You understand? So you can't allow anything to get into your thinking. Like you allowed certain gals to get into your thinking and they derailed you. You understand, right? But it's very, very hard to have that, that mental strength.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could go, and everybody boosting your community so that you're a top baller, and you go for a trial, And when the coach said, right, I'm gonna read out. If I don't read out your name, thank you for coming. But that's the journey ends here. Right? And you sitting down waiting for your name to get called out, and they don't call out your name, you're gonna feel dejected. And sometimes how do you pick yourself up from that? All that you've worked for as a youth coming through and you've been told that you're not good enough. And sometimes it does affect young players. You understand?
Yeah.
To be told you're not good enough. And you think, well, you know what, I'm not going to bother with this again, Because, boy, this thing don't work for me, so I'm not even going to bother with it again. Because I don't have probably a mentor to say, you know what, it's football's about opinion. Just because you say that I'm not good, doesn't mean I'm not a good footballer. It's just your opinion.
Yeah.
You understand, right? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. So it's being the best person you can be as a footballer. You don't listen to opinions. Opinions don't really mean nothing. You understand? So just because this manager doesn't like me, doesn't mean that I can't. Just because this manager wants to sell me, doesn't mean that I'm not a good footballer. It's just that I'm not his brand of a footballer. You understand? I'm just not his brand. You get Pep, he likes tiki-taka footballers. You get Klopp, he likes a different type of a footballer.
But
you understand? So
Carla,
I'm trying to say that you never give up on football. You never give up on football because you might meet the right manager or the right coach or the right somebody that said, you know what, I like your brand of football. So this is what I'm going to do for you. But the idea, you just don't give up. You don't get anything to get into your way of thinking. Just think football, just think football, play football. And then I finish on this, right? For Jamaican youth, if any of them are listening, follow Leon Bailey's path. Follow that path, because it's worked. It's a proven path. No matter what you say about Leon Bailey, it's worked. No matter what you say, the boy no good or whatever, it's worked. He's got there. He's in the Premiership. He's playing for Aston Villa. He's playing for Aston Villa. Do you know the lifestyle that man's got, Dred? The lifestyle that brother's got. So we know it works. So why are we going across the grain? Why we're saying and looking at something else, another model? Think about it, right? Does that make sense? Eh?
Yeah, I agree with
and
it.
look for island like Jamaica, and somebody's reached the Premiership, you know. And it's not like it's Jamaican descent, like, and born in England, you know, and learn to play football in Jamaica.
You don't have any more shoes.
Do you know how big that is? Right.
Yeah.
Think about it. Little Jamaica, you know. Little Jamaica, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right, a population of about 2.5 million. How many youths in Jamaica? What, 200,000 probably? And the youths made out of that little pool. Yeah, but don't forget, you know, England's got 56, nearly 60 million people, and he's made it amongst all that to play in the Premiership, to play for Stevie Gerrard, to play for Stevie Gerrard. Okay, a world-renowned footballer, and he knows him. Gerrard knows him. He's taking advice from him. One of the best players. One of the best players that ever played the game. Premiership. Think about it. So why ain't Jamaica following that path? Because I would be interviewing the daddy, everything. I want to know everything. How the hell did you get there, Dred? What did you have to do? And Jamaicans don't seem to. I don't get it. I don't get it right. Think about it, right? Think about it, man.
Yeah.
Look where the man started from. Same place, of the same road where you started from. Look where he's reached. What did he have to do? Hey?
Yeah.
How many times a day did you train? Did you train 7 days a week? That's what I'm going to have to do. What did you eat? Everything. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Because look where it reached him.
Carla.
Look where it reached him.
Carla. Me I will call you another day and catch up with them. I have to deal with something with my kids, all right?
Yes, I'm in the car, man. I'm saying it's been a pleasure anyway, good boy.
Yeah. All right.
It's been absolute pleasure, Dred.
All right. Enough respect, see?
Yeah, man. Respect to you, Dred. Keep up the good work anyway.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man.
Keep up the good work. I'll try and share your thing with socials and defend them, man. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to give you a strength, man, and get you out there, innit? Because you know what, every opinion is valuable, you know.
Yeah.
So we learn from each other when it comes to football. It's all about opinion. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's about an opinion. You understand? Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong. You know what I mean? But one thing with football, we'll never get perfect in football, but we can get better.
Okay. Carla, me have to run leave, you know, yeah? It's a big up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, bless up. Okay.
Enough respect to that, Carla, man. People, I will see you guys soon. I'm going to do some stuff right now. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video as yet, what are you waiting at? Like the video. You understand? Show your boy Ryan LFC some support. Like up the video. Like, share. Dr. Joyful, big up. Wayne, definitely. Have him number. Prince, big up. Big League, big up. Seeing? Nothing but respect. Prince, steadily, Gray, big up. All of you guys down in the comment section. Grant, big up. Everybody, Wayne, big up. Evans, big up. Really appreciate it, man. Jamaica Guna, big up. Enough love and support. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, from your boy Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girls top striker, and you are watching Ryan LFC YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.